And so we are in a state of emergency.
Okay, white supremacist violence is and always has been the number one threat to our society.
But I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Wow, donkey of the day for Thursday, September 30th goes to a Tennessee woman named Robin Steeman. Now, this is such an interesting story that popped up on CNN yesterday because tomorrow is the third episode of my late night show, The God's Honest Truth, on Comedy Central, dropping the clues bombs for me. Okay, every Friday night at 10 p.m. You can stream on Paramount Plus at any time too. But I love doing that show because I get to really do deep dives on certain topics. And this topic that I'm giving Robin Steeman Donkey of the Day for this morning is what we will be discussing in depth tomorrow night. And that topic is critical race theory. People are losing their devil damn minds in an effort to keep critical race theory out of schools. Yesterday, lawmakers were outside of the U.S. Capitol building announcing a bill that would ban critical race theory in federally funded schools. They call it the Defending Students Civil Rights Act of 2021, which amends the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to make using critical race theory in any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance a violation of the act. They really don't want the reality of America taught in schools. It's unbelievable. I have a number of reasons why I think this. I unpack quite a few tomorrow night on my late night show. But I will tell you one now, because it's part of the reason Robin Steeman is getting the donkey of the day. Robin Steeman pulled her daughter out of public school over a mask mandate last year. Put her in private school. That's fine. That's her child, her prerogative. But her child misses public school. But Robin Steeman says she will not put her child back in public school because of lesson plans she says make students feel bad about their race. Let's go to CNN for the report, please.
Just outside of Nashville, basic American history is up for debate. Robin Steeman is trying to change the narrative on race in the Williamson County, Tennessee public school district. She pulled her child out of public school, and now she leads a chapter of Moms for Liberty in this wealthy, Republican-leaning suburb. Moms for Liberty is angry about an inclusion curriculum being taught in the county public schools. They're mostly concerned about 4 books being taught in 2nd grade. One tells a story of school segregation through the eyes of Mexican-American students. One is about the March on Washington. And 2 are about civil rights icon Ruby Bridges. Steeman says it's okay for kids to read the book Bridges wrote about her experience as a 6-year-old, but it's not okay for kids to talk about some of the pictures in the book. The Moms for Liberty complaint says students are being taught lessons that have anti-American, anti-white, and anti-Mexican teaching. And state law may be on their side.
We will not be teaching critical race theory in Tennessee.
In May, the governor signed HB 580 into law. It bans lesson plans that make students, quote, feel discomfort, guilt, or anguish because of their race.
This is deep. They don't want basic American history taught. Robin Steeman says the school bus goes right in front of my house and my kid is dying to ride it, but not until she has deemed that the curriculum is safe and will do no harm. I can't make this kind of stuff up. Robin Steeman, as you just heard, is counting on the new Tennessee law to force schools to end the curriculum and ban a book from the elementary school library written from the perspective of Mexican Americans. My whole life, I've seen people say, history is his story, his being the white man. So they've never told us the true history of this country. And now that the true history of this country is being told, they want to ban it. I know the truth hurts, but America, you can't run from the pain. All right, none of us, not one individual on this planet can run from themselves. You have to deal with your trauma, or your trauma will ultimately deal with you. But America doesn't want to deal, all right? They want to lie and attempt to reset timelines like they the TVA from Marvel's Loki, okay? Oh, the law in Tennessee that Governor Bill Lee signed in May is called HB 580. You should go look it up. It's a law aimed at banning so-called critical race theory from schools. Educators argue that critical race theory is not taught or included in the K-12 curriculum and is usually an elective class in college or law school. But listen to this. Section 51, Part 6 of the Tennessee law makes lesson plans illegal if students feel discomfort, guilt, or anguish. Well, riddle me this. What about all the black students, Latino students who will feel discomfort and anguish over the blatant lies they are being taught? Okay, do these laws work both ways or just when white kids are uncomfortable? Now, here's the thing about anti-critical race theory, folks. the history they're trying to teach is a lie. So the things they say don't even make sense. Case in point, Robin Steenman. Would you like to hear what she told CNN about the books in her child's school? Listen.
His parents taught him about George Washington, and he identifies George Washington as a white man, and then asked if he would be killed back then because he has brown skin. I mean, he's judging George Washington not by any of what he, about being the founder of our country.
So when do we tell the kid that, in fact, he may have been killed back then because of the color of his skin?
Well, I'm not sure that's what you teach, that you would have been killed for the color of your skin. That's a narrative, really.
You know, when America looks at its history and the way they've treated black and indigenous people in this country, they should feel ashamed. Okay, they should absolutely be embarrassed. We cannot heal what we don't reveal, and concealing the reality of this country is not going to make white supremacy or systemic racism go away. It's literally like lying to your doctor. You can't go to your doctor and tell them your head hurts if it's really your stomach, okay? The logic of that ain't logical. The doctor can't even help you because he or she is looking in the wrong places, looking at the wrong things. So what needs to get fixed never truly gets fixed. You can't create a solution if you're lying about the problem. America would rather spend time, money, energy, and resources on creating laws and legislation to lie about the history of systemic racism in this country, as opposed to spending time, money, energy, and resources on creating laws and legislation to actually undo systemic racism in this country. You're having the wrong reaction to what you're feeling. That anguish, that guilt, that discomfort, that's America's greatest opportunity for growth. Stop trying to change the narrative and let's actually change the system. Please let Remy Ma give Robin Steenman the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
And just know, tomorrow night, 10 p.m., Comedy Central, The God's Honest Truth, we address this in depth tomorrow night. In fact, you know, I love to do social experiments. You know, the first episode with Chico Bean, we sent him to Tennessee to see if people would trade their Confederate paraphernalia for money. This week, we're giving someone who is against critical race theory the opportunity to try to sell that to a class of HBCU students. Oh, I can't wait for y'all to see that tomorrow night, 10 p.m. on Comedy Central, The God's Honest Truth.
Donkey Today is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.